In a world where technology evolves faster than the law that governs it, it isn't the question that how much we innovate. It is the question how responsibly we do it.
First thing, the strength of spending the money in the market to influence or to develop proper tools, because once you start getting the business in the market, that is when exactly you can put some portion of that particular money into research, development, and also to take it forward for the nation. The challenge is what we see at this particular moment in terms of education is making the students market ready or making a large workforce getting market ready. At this moment, if I see the ratio of the people, those who understand the cyber world or AI or the technology, supporting technologies like quantum or any other thing, I see the ratio, if in case out of 100, the generation Gen Z and others, Gen Z and later, I'm going to say like earlier, later than 2000, we have got at least 60 to 70% workforce.
Welcome to Navigating Emerging Technologies, a cyber peace initiative where we decode the policies shaping tomorrow's India. Mr. Vijayant Gaur, Director General of Cybersecurity Association of India, whose career spans national security, technology leadership, and policy advocacy. Mr. Gaur, it's a privilege to have you with us today. Thank you for joining us.
Jai Hind. Thank you.
So, I would like to move on to our first segment, that is on a very pertinent and very current issue. Government has talked about it openly and has addressed this issue, that is India's reliance on US cloud services and foreign cloud services. Recently, a report came out, that is a report by Global Trade Research Initiative report, which has revealed that 80% of India's critical data infrastructure has been hosted on foreign cloud services. And that too, very particularly on India's US-based hyperscalers. So that raises a concern on data sovereignty, data jurisdiction, and our excessive dependence on countries which can in future present us in a very difficult juxtaposition. So I want to ask you that how can India practically move towards digital Swaraj, which is often talked about?
First of all, answering your question, to start with, I would like to say we have to understand the needs of the nation first, where we have a huge responsibility of structuring the IT structure, cybersecurity posture, and information security, again data protection, and various other things related to the cyber world. Now, when we speak about the cloud service providers and the services, definitely, we have lots of challenges, and I see that the majority of the public projects or the government information is definitely been hosted on the GINs. I do not want to name, but yes, they back the projects. There are two reasons why exactly Indian companies are unable to come forward. First thing, the strength of spending the money in the market to influence or to develop proper tools, because once you start getting the business in the market, that is when exactly you can put some portion of that particular money into research, development, and also to take it forward for the nation. Somehow I see that Indian companies do lack in gaining the projects from the government and specifically from the public sector, which are into the PPP model, where exactly the decisions are being made depending upon, who backs the project at the least cost. That becomes a challenge. An organization which has got a data center in India definitely has certain amount of money invested. To recover that particular money and to run the process, we also need, further money, which can only come either via investments by the foreign entities or Indian partners, or else by procuring government projects at L1 ratio. It's not that technologically we are weak, but there should be a support from the government too. And on this subject, I was actually thinking one day, that how it should be done and how these kind of problems can be mitigated. Then I realized that the only solution to this can be that non-critical projects, non-critical projects, non-critical data. In fact, data is always critical, but you know, even if we categorize that which projects are highly critical, medium level critical, and low critical, what we can do is startups from India or the data centers from India can actually take care of those projects. Eventually, they will have an upper hand, they will have an hands-on experience on the projects, they will also generate the revenue, they will decrease their dependency of having the money from the public sector, from the mudra loans and various other aspects. And automatically this kind of solutions will always help the government, because rather than paying them the money just for R&D, what you can do is you can give them some task, the government task, which is at the least critical area, where exactly they can host it, test it, check it, POC can be done. Afterwards, you can give them the task, and then when they start generating the revenue, they have to put some part of that particular money into research and development to compete in the market in terms of technology. And that is one area how we can try to build up and make in Indian Atmanirbhar Bharat,
Sure.
right?
I think that was very insightful, sir. I think we agree on this, that the fact that we call the mission Digital Swaraj itself shows that how committed Indian government is to the cause. Now, moving on to our second segment, that is on online gaming regulation. So recently, the government came up with PROGA, as we call it, Promotion and Regulation of Online Gaming Act 2025. In this, the government has majorly changed the structure of all real money games. It has banned games like rummy, poker, fantasy sports, betting or wager based games. So this is hugely significant from the perspective that Supreme Court and multiple high courts have previously distinguished between the two. So the question arises that, do you believe that the government should not have taken this approach and it should have taken a tiered, risk based or compliance driven model?
Well, in this particular way, it's definitely a tough question when it comes to money. Everybody loves it. So even
Right.
government. But I really appreciate that government has been taking, good care of citizens at this moment. They have definitely looked into the policies, and not only that, they have seen the addictions, they have seen the psychological, the impact of the gaming side, and not only that, the kind of data the gaming companies are dealing with. Government has seen that. If you remember the era of 2020 and 21, games like PUBG were actually quite active and very much famous. I believe from 2017, 18 onwards. But government all of a sudden took a decision to stop, uh, you know, games like PUBG and others, because they were retrieving all the information, and definitely the information was actually traveling to the servers outside India, where we had no control. So government definitely got into that. Apart from that, there are other kind of games which are skill based, specifically Rummy, and also we may partially call Indian poker as one of the games, which exactly is जिसे we say teen patti basically in India. So that is also is partially skill based and luck based game. But end of the day, what is happening is the younger generation. First of all, there is a possibility a person below the age, authorized age, is playing the game using a fake identification, fake Aadhaar card of somebody in the family, because youngsters have got access to their parents or siblings, Aadhaar card, those who are elder to them, those who are of the legal age. That can be, first of all, misused, and then account can be generated, and then funds can be actually retrieved the same way. And usually siblings are, close to each other and they support in the wrong deeds. So that is one of the impacts government has seen. Again, money laundering was one of the major aspects which got involved into taking such a uh, decision by the government, because as we have the highest cybercrime rate in India, lots of cyber crimes were definitely happening. Banking institutions were definitely facing a lot of disputes of the financial transactions, where exactly the owners of the financial instruments were complaining that the transactions were not authorized by them. And definitely the gaming companies were not suffering with the loss, but whereas the banking institutions were suffering with the loss directly or indirectly. And the more number of complaints were actually increasing on the other side. The third factor, what we see is it was actually a smart act by the middlemen, those who tried processing the payments on behalf of the banks. So, as you mentioned, money laundering was one of the aspects. Yes, I admit that was one. And in the cover of the gaming companies, there were many other companies which are actually operated from outside. I would say the companies uh, Indian guys have at this moment, they operate from outside India.
True.
They register their companies at the countries where exactly the gaming is legal. And people in India sit here, play. I've seen the younger generation, having the profits of 20, 20, 30, 30,000, playing those games. And end of the day, those kind of companies were actually, impacting more, because the money, the fraudulent money, the cybercrime money was actually getting into the market eventually according to that particular route. And then it was converted into cryptocurrencies, where exactly the legal authorities, LEAs, were having difficulties tracing the money back. So, looking at all the aspects, the government has taken a decision actually to stop, uh, financially funded games in India. And I must say that US was the first one to actually go to this particular phase way back in 2007, when I think the president, George W. Bush II, was actually the president. I think he was the main person, or maybe I'm not sure about the president, but yes, that was the era. 2006 and 7 was the era when exactly there was a gaming law which came into the picture in the United States, looking at the conditions of the similar kind, and they pushed it ahead. And definitely, the experts in the industry are learning from it, and we are moving ahead.
Right. So, I think there's no if and but to the situation that it is a bold move by the government.
Yes, and I must also say that since August 2025, since the day the regulation is in consideration, and I believe everybody has stopped their financial operations in India, basically in the gaming sector. You know, I have seen this trend that the websites which are neat and clean in the gaming sector now have got malicious links available behind the ads, because end of the day these kind of people are still operating,
True.
and now they have got ads, and behind the ads there are some or the other links which are actually capturing the data behind. So data is the main fight here. Second is money, because again when it comes to data, we have got lots of information which we have provided to the gaming companies, like Aadhaar card details, phone number, email address, bank accounts, UPI account, credit card details, and everything that lies with them still. And these kind of ads or these kind of links, because leaving the websites abandoned is no solution.
True.
Monitoring that regularly is also a problem, because that needs money. So, end of the day, the authorities should also take care of these kind of subjective areas, where exactly these websites which are actually operating, we need to have a list of that. We need to see what kind of ads are running over there, and what kind of links are being given to them at the back end, which is actually capturing or portraying the data from their website to another website.
Right. So, do you anyway think that by this move, obviously the government faces to lose a lot of revenue, but anyway, I think they kept the interest of children at heart, and they took this step. So, do you think that despite all this, if we do promote our esports industry, which is very much legal under that, do you think somewhere we can create a very profitable, very booming sector in India if we take esports very seriously?
Definitely, that's very much possible. And I'm sure government must have actually decided about some sort of regulations even for that, because making it mandate or making it law or act takes a lot of time and lots of efforts from all the segments, all the sectors. And I must say, looking at data personal, digital personal data protection act right now, 2023 or 2025, I see that there will be a lot of change in the market at this moment in coming future. So, in coordination to that, government can take some more action against, you know, favor and against you. So, as we are on the path of learning, as India is growing, as India is moving towards 3 trillion economy, we will definitely have challenges we will have to overcome. And I suggest, all the people from the industry, public, private, and the government should collaborate and work on the things, and look into the aspects and take decisions.
Um, so moving to a very important question, sir. Um, so Cyber Peace and Cybersecurity Association of India both has been deeply involved in training youth and educators. CSAI has been fostering professional excellence and policy alignment in the cyber sector. With both organizations involved in capacity building, how can our joint efforts scale this cybersecurity workforce? And how can we bridge the gap between academic knowledge and the industry readiness?
This is one of the toughest questions, but yes, quite easy for me because I've been working on this subjective area since a very long time. When I started learning about, the frauds, cyber crimes, financial crimes way back in early 2000, people used to think that I'm speaking an alien language. And that, yes, that was it. Not even, the friends in my circle or my family or anywhere somebody could actually understand what I do. So, learning from those experiences, you know, down the line 25 years, the situations what I have seen almost 24, 25 years ago, the same situations are right now in India.
Sure.
So, believe me, India is sooner or later going to get all those kind of examples. The challenges what we see at this particular moment in terms of education is making the students market ready or making a large workforce getting market ready. At this moment, if I see the ratio of the people, those who understand the cyber world or AI or the technology, you know, supporting technologies like quantum or any other thing, I see the ratio. If in case out of 100, the generation Gen Z and others, Gen Z and later,
Yeah.
I'm to say like earlier, uh, later than 2000,
Beta.
we have got at least 60 to 70% workforce.
Right.
Rest 40% is the generation from the category of age, 30 to 60 and 70.
Right.
So, end of the day, we definitely have a larger force in India, which is actually available. And due to lack of jobs and opportunities, we are moving, traveling abroad, looking at the best of the best options. And fortunately or unfortunately, at this moment, India is losing the best of the best talent because the people in India are paid in rupees, and in the Western friends, they are paid in dollars. Second reason is they have got a quality of lifestyle what they speak about. End of the day, that's entirely a different subject. But they speak about various things, And looking at the money, definitely, the person moves to the Western front and we lose the talent out of India. We need to stop them. How to stop them is by creating the jobs, best of the best jobs. And to create jobs, market has to come forward, understand, think in a different angle, at least, generate 5 to 7% of the jobs every single year into their organization. Induct the new guys. I have seen guys, those who are just 16 to 18, have got a very big talent. Even the people till the age of 22 and 23. The reason is this workforce, which will actually get out of the colleges very soon, this workforce will have to be inducted into the right direction, or else these guys may be into the wrong hands. So this becomes a challenge. So Cybersecurity Association of India is also working on the similar platform to bridge the gap. We are working to strengthen the digital infrastructure of India. We are trying to create the cyber warriors, what we definitely need. As we have seen the Operation Sindoor at this particular point of time, we are still in that era of, Operation Sindoor. We encountered more than 15 million cyber attacks, and out of which hardly 150 were successful. So just believe me, the kind of ratio, you know, the kind of cyber attacks we have mitigated with the help of technology, with the help of people. So I must say that we have the talent. The only thing is showing them the right path, providing them the right facilities,
Right.
with the help of right stakeholders, those who are responsible as well as accountable to create a bright and brilliant future for India should be supported, and not just looking at the greater institutions and the universities, because they definitely have been doing for last 70 years plus. But now it's a time when exactly other institutions and organizations are also doing well. So seeking the help from the industry is not a bad thing, and I believe the associations like Cybersecurity Association of India, CyberPeace, ISAC, and also if you see we have DSCI, Data Security Council of India. The government has to seek help from they can call us for discussions, because every person has got a different experience. If somebody is working into protecting the data, somebody is working on the operational issues, somebody is working on educational issues, somebody is trying to get the jobs, somebody is trying to give them the right training to make them market ready, because being market ready is also one of the challenges, because the kind of challenge what we have is curriculum making. So once the curriculum is made, none of the universities or the colleges changes for a very longer amount of time, because it needs a lot of efforts, a lot of money, and change of books and other things. A lot of regulatory regulations coming up in between. And when we are speaking about India to be 1 trillion economy by 2030, we should understand that cyber security is one area which can give lot of support to the nation. Artificial intelligence supporting cyber security will give an upper hand to create 1 trillion economy by 2030. We should develop the startups, make in India. We should actually, compete with definitely the good genes. Healthy, competition should be there in the market, and we should encourage, the right tools, right technology getting inducted into the systems. That is how we will grow.
Right. I think those are some very excellent points. Cybersecurity Association of India, under your leadership, has worked to bring together government, industry leaders, and academia
Right.
for awareness, standards, and capacity building. Could you share CSAI's most impactful initiatives, especially those that connect research, industry, and public awareness, and how they are influencing India's cybersecurity culture?
Right. At this moment, as we see the challenges, and I'm thankful to our chairman, Lieutenant General Rajesh Punji, who is the former National Cybersecurity Coordinator of India, Professor Goel, President of Professor N.K. Goel, who is President of Cybersecurity Association of India, Shri M.A.K.P. Singh, retired Chief Information Security Officer of Ministry of Power, and other people, those who have been supporting Cybersecurity Association of India since a very, very long time. I first of all like to thank all of them for their contribution and making it big. Now, when we speak about our achievements, or maybe you can call it as the support, the small support, what we are able to do at this moment towards building a cyber resilient, India. And we definitely want 3 trillion target to be achieved soon, and at least 1 trillion before 2030, which is not possible definitely, but we dream about it. So towards the contribution of that, what we see is, we have been trying to train the students, and Cybersecurity Association of India has started a cybersecurity BTech program along with the university in Uttarakhand. And not only that, we have also developed few courses which definitely helps the youngsters. We have collaborated with key associations like Cyber Peace, from where you belong. From we have done an MOU with ISAC. We have done an MOU with multiple other organizations of different industries, because cyber is not the problem of one individual or one particular industry. It's a problem of the entire world, because we are directly or indirectly connected to the digital devices, be it a cell phone, be it a laptop. And to use this, definitely, we need internet. So if there is an internet, we have an issue. So bringing them together under one roof, because I believe, and our community, our association believes in unity. Getting everyone under one roof, collect bits and pieces from everyone, take their support, seek their support, their expertise, and put it forward to the society. We are also supporting law and enforcement in terms of investigations, figuring out the cases where exactly we can involve and support the society. Law and enforcement in investigating crypto frauds, also cyber operations, basically threat intelligence. These are the core areas where exactly we have been working. We are not only working in terms of info, and we are also providing the right inputs to the government at right time to infuse the right policies in the systems, which can exactly help the entire nation. Because we see, there are a lot of gaps. Definitely see, everyone is working towards it. But looking from my angle, I will see only 5 problems. Looking from your angle, your organization may find 5 problems. Why not let us keep all the problems together and see, consolidate and see which are the major issues, if we have the similar problems or not. If we sit together, talk together, and discuss, that is where exactly we have the solutions. So we are trying to bridge the gap in between the private, public, and the government enterprises at this moment, which is the biggest challenge. And without the support of every citizen of India, without the support of every association, it becomes quite challenging to get into the right area.
Thank you, sir. I think you bring a very fresh perspective to the table of collaboration and commitment to the cause of cybersecurity. Um, you definitely merge policy with purpose. And I think this has been a very illuminating conversation and the most. I'm very thankful that you accepted the invitation of Cyber Peace and you came onto this platform. I think the initiatives of both Cyber Peace and CSAI are in the long run going to help the area of cybersecurity, until India's digital domain and paradigm is completely secure. We have to collaborate and commit. So thank you, sir. Thank you
My
for
pleasure,
this
and
opportunity.
looking forward to work till the last breath I have.
Definitely, sir.